Well, that was fun, wasn't it? If you are in an argument with a friend, then maybe the debate club will show you that debates are easy and nonviolent ways to settle arguments. Next up, we have a special treat for you. Let's welcome the Vidyalaya Debate Club here with a one-of-a-kind presentation for you.
I just actually know. Just get out to the kids, guys. Just hold it.
Enjoy the performance.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin Mattal.
My name is Shivam Agarwal.
Next up is the Debate Club. We've been working together for about 5 months, starting in January, working on skills like articulation, enunciation, speed, and posture. And we've been discussing topics that are relevant to today's culture that have been relevant in the past 300 years, such as nonviolent protesting and civil disobedience. So here are the kids. First up, we have Arushi.
Yes, civil disobedience is a very peaceful form of protest, but it is not the only option out there. A simple march can turn into a riot in just seconds, as soon as things get out of hand. Often, civil disobedience is not the only road to be taken in order to prove what one feels is right. Take the 1954 Brown versus the Board of Ed case as an example. As a catalyst for future cases of segregation, the Browns fought in court against the Topeka School District for their daughter's right to attend white schools. Soon, more parents started to fight for equality as well. There have been many times in which civil disobedience has not worked at all, and war was necessary to gain even the most basic of rights, such as freedom. In the late 1700s, a committee set by the Patriot side in the British colonies formatted the Olive Branch Petition in order for King Charles III to put a stop in several acts, and boycotted many goods to prove their point. The king and parliament, however, ignored the colonists' pleas, and soon the Revolutionary War became inevitable. In summation, the colonists had to use war in order to gain independence, despite their Olive Branch Petition. There have been many times when civil disobedience has worked and left little bloodshed. However, civil disobedience will never be the only or even the best method for change. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shito Alasuniajula, and I believe that civil disobedience is the safest and most effective option on the road to change. Civil disobedience has the power to convince hundreds of people, all while saving the innocent lives of hundreds more. The mistakes made by the opposition are usually the mistake to react in a negative way, violence. This is where civil disobedience's power comes from. When the opposition uses violence against innocent protesters who want to make a change, the public comes to know of it through media. The slaughtering of innocents will invoke a beast of the public to aid the innocents. They will flock towards them and link arms in what's a stand for the people. Slowly and surely, more will join the chain till it is the country against an opposition. Lives will be lost, but not as many as in a war. There will be sides and there will be fights, but none with fire. There are 4 things that make civil disobedience the best option to make a change for the better. 1, mass support. If you are fighting for a humane cause, which many agree with, many people will support you. Take the uprising in Egypt, for example. 2, public outrage and government protection. If the opposing force makes a mistake of using violence against innocents, the government usually says that it is illegal to do so, and the whole world disapproves. So, the innocents gain the power of law, and the public also become enraged at the idea of violence against innocent protesters. This way, the small protesting group morphs into a huge rebellion of peace. Next, civil disobedience decreases the chance of death. Many devastating major wars could have been avoided if civil disobedience could have been used. For example, the Civil War. The Civil War caused 620,000 Americans to die. All this death could have been avoided if the South had simply protested peacefully, and if the North had reacted, well, not so harshly. 620,000 lives could have been saved while giving slaves their rights. Finally, civil disobedience is effective. A huge example of an effective civil disobedience-oriented idol is Martin Luther King Jr. He led marches and delivered famous speeches, which led to the final steps to equal treatment to all races and religions. MLK Jr. was able to accomplish a nationwide dream without raising a fist. In conclusion, civil disobedience is effective and decreases the amount of death in the world. Instead of violence, let us opt for a safer and better decision. To save lives and make a change, one word at a time. Use civil disobedience. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Devika Soni, and I'm going to continue telling you why civil disobedience is not always the answer. Even though non-violent protesting can be a solution, it is not the very best. Protesting is just used to express an opinion. However, it does not have the power to change social ways or change society's opinion. During the Vietnamese War, many Americans burnt the American flag because they could. What was done was legal and did not lead to death. But in the end, it did not pull America out of the war. Another example of protesting was in the 1920s, when the workers wanted better rights. At first, what they were doing was peaceful, but it was not conveying their point. These people were killed in factories or hurt by police officers, while others had their jobs taken away. So they had to find new jobs. Once people were getting hurt and killed, society changed their opinion on worker rights. In conclusion, people have tried to use civil disobedience, but have failed numerous times. This means that violence occasionally might be the answer.